What do my you boys coming through once again? And on today's video, I'm gonna share a story in where I almost got away with the crime behind prison, man. Yes, I was messing up, and usually for those who don't know, when you commit a crime, usually they cuff you up, they read your rights, they send you to the whole pending investigation, and they send that case to the DA to see if they're gonna pick it up. Right? Most likely they do pick them up if there's enough evidence, because it's just another conviction on their belt, easy conviction, right? So this story almost was so nice, but eventually somebody had to spill the whole beans out there. I was upset about it, but it was what it was, man. Now I'm gonna share the story with you guys, but before we continue with that, man, don't forget to hit the like, a comment, and for those who have not subscribed to the channel, man, hit the subscribe button, man. I'm not asking for not that much. It's not taking away from you, it's not affecting you, you're not even paying money for it. At the end of the day, you're just helping my channel be pushed out there, which I do highly appreciate it. Now, for those who've been subscribed or have subscribed already, muchas gracias, I highly appreciate it. So let's get to the story, right? Trip on this, man. So your boy was messing up in prison. One thing I always told myself was that if I was gonna get in trouble, or if I was gonna catch life, it was because something I did, not because something somebody else told me to do, right? So I was messing up here and there. Eventually, I ended up getting busted. We were bringing stuff in from the outside and selling it in prison. Eventually, I'm not gonna say that I was the man or nothing like that, but I was doing my thing, getting money, and I knew who was involved in those things. So when people tell stories about those places and they say, "Oh, I was involved with this, I was involved with that," your boy knew, because your boy was involved in that stuff. So eventually, somebody told on us. They picked us up, or they searched our cell. Your boy was finished using the restroom when this happened, so his bundle was outside. And eventually, of course, they searched the cell, they found it, cuffed me up, cuffed my cellie up, and they read our rights. So I already knew I was screwed. So I told my cellie, look, I'm not gonna say nothing, but if you want to talk, you want to say whatever you want to say, do it, homie. But I'm not speaking nothing because I'm gonna go to court, and I just don't want to put myself de pechito. If they're gonna want to get a conviction, they have to. It's gonna be difficult, right? Which is not that difficult, but you know what I mean, right? Now, eventually we went to the home. They gave us the lockup order and stuff like that while we were on the back and stuff like that. So we went on the back. We checked in with a couple homebooks right there that were already on the back because of the same thing, right? But they had to do with phones, right? And we were talking about what happened. Then eventually he told us, no, this guy that is up here been telling on everybody, right? And it was somebody that he used to kick with us, or kick it with the homie and shit, but he knew what was going on. So we were on the back. So I know, reading the 115, that within 15 days they have to come over here and serve you, tell you, hey man, you're gonna get a 115 based on this and stuff like that. So I never came. That thing never came. So I'm like, hold on, what? They're supposed to give us a 150. So I'm reading it, and I was like, okay, it has to be when the DA rejects the case, right? They can wait until the DA rejects the case for them to serve you with this stuff, right? So that was it, right? I just left it like that. Eventually, we were on the back. They give us 90 days. They actually give you 90 days on the whole pending investigation, right? Just in case you have not been found guilty or whatever, they just give you 9 days. And eventually, after they are done with their investigation, within 9 days, they have to kick you back to the yard. Usually that's how it goes. When they put someone in the hole, they just keep them for 90 days. If they don't got nothing on them, they kick them back to the yard. So here comes 90 days, right? I'm already telling myself, like, look, dude, I think we made it. They didn't give us the 115. We've been right here for a minute. I don't know when they're going to give us the 115, but I ain't tripping. Why? Because if they don't give us a 115, they don't got a case on us. They probably forgot about us. I don't know how that is going to be possible, but it can be possible, man. So let's just stay quiet. Let's just run with it. I don't think they're going to be able to take time off of us. I've eventually, before the 90 day, I sent a 22 form asking if my case was already referred to the DA. They send it back, say, yeah, your case was referred, was denied on February 10th. I remember February 10th, it was denied. And that was it, right? That was it. So I'm like, man, look, they're supposed to serve us within 15 days of that rejection. So here we are 2 months later after that, right? 2.5 months later after that, and they have not served us. So it's best just to be quiet. Let's just write this. Let's do a wannabe shoot term without paper, and we're gonna do the shoot term on the back. But at the end of the day, they're not gonna take time off of us. They're not gonna. The DAO rejected the case, and they're not gonna be able to take any how you say it, privileges, right? Like when we catch you with that stuff, they take 3 years off of visits, 1 year without visits, and 2 years behind glass, right? So we'll be golden, homie. We'll be golden. Eventually, he came 90 days, right? So I'm telling myself, hey, let's just stay quiet. Went into committee, pumped up, like, hey, that's right. We got this shit. It's all good. Well, here comes Sally. He's the first one to go in. And I think that messed it up, right? Because this guy went in. And I remember I'm right there on the holding tank, just waiting for the homie to come back, my Sally. And he came out like hella mad, like all cuffed up, and be like, how the fuck you want to give me a shoot term, man, if you haven't even given me a 115, right? And I was like, oh, hell no. I just talked to you about this, homie. Like, you didn't have to say nothing. We have this, you don't have to say nothing. And he's like, like tripping, right? He's tripping. And I'm like, man, we're screwed, right? So it's my turn to go to committee, right? All right, come in. Let's go to committee. So I'm going over there, and everybody just quiet. They just put me in there. I don't think they should have put me in there, but they put me in there. And everybody just running like a chicken without a head. And when I say everybody, is the counselor, right? Because I think it's the assistant warden. And I think there was a captain, if I'm not mistaken. It was only 3 people. And the counselor, right? So the counselor is talking to the assistant warden. And basically is saying, I'm hearing this guy, because I'm just looking at this guy. And even though this guy's trying to talk low, like whisper to the assistant warden, I'm just like, boom, all over his business, trying to read his lips and everything. Like just... I'm not making it, I'm making it hella obvious. Like, I'm paying attention to this guy. Like, what are you saying? And basically he's saying, no, the 115s are on this envelope. They were never served. And the AEW was super mad. Like, what do you mean? You better take them right now yourself to wherever they have to go, and so they can serve these individuals with the 115, right? I'm knowing that the DA already reject my case, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm screwed, right? But at the end of the day, it's like, all right, they're not going to be able to take 60 days off of me. They're not going to be able to take my dead time on the shoe because they violated my due process. They cannot take time off of you if they violate your due process, right? And we left it like that. I was upset, man. I was upset. I remember going back, and I was upset, man. But at the end of the day, I was like, man, I fucked up. I messed up. My Sally shouldn't be in this predicament. It is what it is. But I was very mad. But I cannot take it out my Sally, because at the end of the day, my Sally's on the back because of me, right? So I'm talking to the homie about this, and I'm like, man, fuck, this lot of done fucked up, homie. And I told him the story, right? And I was like, fuck, well, I mean, what can I do? It's my Sally. It is what it is, right? So here comes, we end up getting served after, I don't know, after a couple, like a month, I think, we got served, because they came and served us with the 15 day served, and then eventually tell us that, hey, man, in 30 days, you're going to receive a 115. So when we got served, right, it was a lady that came through, right? And as soon as she came to the door, I'm on my cell. I said, hold on. It said, hey, I got a question. Is my case going to be referred to the DA? Because, I mean, I don't know. Apparently, they never sent the stuff to be tested to the lab. Something happened, but I was happy with that, right? And they said, yeah, we're going to refer to the DA. Dude, that shit just made me more mad. I was like, damn, man, fuck it. So I was like, all right, it is what it is. I messed up. I'll take the time. It is what it is, right? This lady had told me, hey man, you had to sign this stuff and blah 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 blah. And I was like, I'm not gonna sign nothing. You came to my door. Everybody knows that you came to my door. That's it. I don't have to sign nothing. So I refused to sign anything. I told myself, don't do anything. Don't sign nothing. Just let her know that. And that's what we did. She took off. When we see the what's it called? When we got this 115, it wasn't one of those months that had 31 days. You know, so it was on the first. So it wasn't a month that had 31 days. So it was on the first, right? So you know that you're supposed to have your 115 read on the 31st, right? Instead of the first. So here comes the 31st. We're waiting. It was a hot day. We were sitting down, whatever, and we're waiting for these people to call us so we can go to our hearing, right? So eventually, they didn't come. They did not come. And I'm like, damn, homie, they just messed up. This is the lieutenant now. Oh boy, just messed up, man. But I'm like, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's like, hey, man, we start adding up. Are you sure it has to be 30? This is 31 days and stuff like that. Yeah, because tomorrow's gonna be the 31 days. So here he come on the first. So already 31 days, man. They have 30 days to do it. And usually how it works, most of the times, these people wait to the last minute to serve you with the 115. I don't know why they do it, but usually that's how they do it. And I remember when I went to for my 115 hearing, I went in there. I'm talking to the guy, man. I'm a little bit cocky, right? Because I know I got him. And I'm going to get my shit is going to get picked up by the DA again. So I ain't tripping, man. It is what it is. And this guy saying, oh yeah, I'm going to take this away from you. We're going to take your visit for this much. We're going to take your canteen, your packages, all that crazy stuff. And I was like, oh, and I'm going to take 6 months off of you. I was like, 6 months? Hold on. What? How you going to take 6 months if you violate my due process? No, I didn't. I was like, you violated my due process in two things, right? One, by the fact that you never came and served me after 10 days of the DA rejecting my case. And if you don't want to trip on that, we can trip on the fact that you came and served me my 115 after 30 days, which it violates my due process. And he was like, no, I didn't. And figure it out, buddy. It says right there that you served me on the first, right? And today's the first, right? But this past month had 31 days. I was livid. That guy was livid. He was mad. It was super mad. And at the end of the day, he was like, nah, I'm going to serve you with that. I was like, all right, try it. I'm a 602 it. You can do whatever you want. You know, I'm a 602 it. Trust me, I know what I had to deal with this. Eventually, he did hit me with those that time. But eventually when he went back and did what he had to do, man, he had to fix it. He fixed it. He took out the 6 months. He was upset as that lady who was in charge of that 115, man. I still remember her last name. It starts with the S. So I think it was Sanchez. And man, messed it up all around. But I'm telling you, if my Sale wouldn't speak on this, man, I would never got charged for nothing. The DA never picked nothing up because they never referred the case again to the DA, man, because they already had done it one time and they never sent it the second time. Usually cases like this usually don't happen, but it happened with me. I got lucky, but at the end of the day, my Sally spilled the beans, and that should teach you a big lesson right there, man, because I thought my Sally was gonna keep up with what I was thinking of, right? Like, hey, let's just get quiet. At the end of the day, we're going to do the shoot term. We're going to do it. Whether they find us guilty, whether they give us a 115 or they don't, they still want to do the shoot term. But if we stay quiet, we're going to do the shoot term, and they're not going to be able to take nothing away from us, man. I'm telling you. And my Sally decided to open his mouth because of whatever reason. So the thing of this is, if you're going to break the law, man, do it by yourself, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you think your Sally is like solid, or if he thinks the same way as you. Sometimes things don't work the way you think they're gonna work, and this end up happening. Which the best advice of this is basically don't do stuff they're gonna put you in trouble, so you don't come across stuff like this. You know, best to do your thing legit and not having to worry about being in this situation, because at the end of the day, it's a headache. Whether your Sally did this or it didn't, is the same thing, man. But with this being said, I thought I should share this story with you guys, man. Muchas gracias. Thank you for the support. To next video. Gracias.